Today we have stories on Royal Caribbean leaving Baltimore, Grand Turks Level 2 travel advisory, a port that Disney passengers are choosing to skip, and an update on the woman that went overboard on a recent Royal Caribbean 80s cruise. My name is Jordan with Beyond the Dock. We have your cruise news for today, Tuesday, March 11th, 2025. Royal Caribbean recently announced that Vision of the Seas will be leaving the Baltimore cruise port starting in 2026 for the 2027 season. Royal Caribbean has had a presence in Baltimore for several years. They're relocating to Fort Lauderdale, where it will start its 3 to 4 night cruises in the Caribbean and the Bahamas. This is part of Royal Caribbean's expansion of shorter timed cruises. Though ships are limited in the Baltimore cruise port because of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, so there aren't very many. All of Royal Caribbean ships that are the right size to fit under the bridge currently already have itineraries set for the 2027 season. Carnival has said that they will remain in the port at least for the next 5 years. Time will tell. Locals aren't too happy about this. Many on the East Coast use that port because they can drive to it and they don't have to fly down to Florida. Have you ever been to that port? Let me know your thoughts on the change from Royal Caribbean. Next up, we have the U.S. State Department has issued a travel advisory for Turks and Caicos. The Level 2 advisory remains due to firearm-related offenses. Last year, there were a couple instances of passengers on board cruise ships bringing bullets. The Ministry of Tourism emphasized that Level 2 has been declared since July of 2023 and that they want to assure passengers on cruise ships that they are safe and the ports are safe. I've only been to Turks and Caicos once, and the first thing anyone said when we got off the ship was they asked us if we wanted anything a little green. When we were on the beach right there by the ship, just not far down the beach, we could smell a local smoking pot. But we've never had any incidences where we've seen guns or it felt threatened by guns. More and more passengers on board Disney are choosing to skip another port. Usually Nassau is the port people choose to skip. They say that there's just not enough to do, or the excursions are overpriced for what you get, and there is rising crime in the area that causes many passengers to just skip the port altogether and stay on board and take advantage of the other amenities. On Disney, a lot of the attraction to go on Disney are the onboard activities. So this port that many passengers are choosing to skip now is Progreso, Mexico. So ships sailing out of Galveston often will stop there. But passengers are saying that there isn't a lot of infrastructure there, and they don't like having to take the bus into town, and then from town you still have long distances to go to get to the different excursions in that area. They also complained about the beaches there. They're overcrowded and they're not that great compared to other Western Caribbean ports. So passengers are just choosing to skip it all together and just stay on board and take advantage of the fewer crowds at the pools and other activities. I haven't been to Progreso, so I'm not sure what it's like. Have you been there? If you have, let me know in the comments your thoughts on Progreso. Is it a port that's okay to skip, or are there any must-see activities that you would recommend? Let me know in the comments. Our last story is an update on a previous news event where a passenger on board the 80s cruise on Royal Caribbean went overboard. More details have been released. Kimberly Burch is the fiance of singer Tammy Down. He's a band member from Faster Pussycat. Allegedly, they had a dispute and she jumped overboard. We don't know the nature of the dispute. No charges are being filed. It's a really sad case. They've been together for 8 years, so I can only imagine how devastated Tammy must be at losing his fiance. Our hearts and prayers go out to him and her family, and hope that these scars can heal. That's your cruise news for today. If you liked this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It really helps our channel out. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We're just starting out and we love talking about cruises. So let us know if there's anything you'd like us to talk about, any questions you have, let us know in the comments. So until next time, we'll see you as we travel beyond the dock. Happy cruising.